I'm Dupp, and if you think you've got the world figured out, you're fucking wrong. I'm here to rip apart the illusion, one fucked up truth at a time. Let's get this straight. If you're here, it means some part of you already knows. The world is a goddamn lie. Not just the news, not just the politicians, not just the corporations bleeding you dry. All of it. Your history, your education, your reality, manufactured, packaged and sold to you like a fucking Happy Meal, complete with a toy to keep you entertained while they rob you blind. You're expected to play along, work your job, pay your bills, keep your mouth shut, act like none of this is completely batshit insane while the world crumbles in slow motion. And when you start asking questions, when you start noticing the cracks in the illusion, they slap a label on you. Conspiracy theorist, troublemaker, mentally unstable. Anything to make sure nobody listens. Because truth is dangerous. Truth is the last thing they want you to see. And let me tell you, once you do see it, you will never be the same again. You'll look at the people around you, your friends, your family, the people you thought you knew, and you'll realize they're not really here. They're running scripts, parroting the same pre-approved phrases, keeping themselves numb with distractions. They'll talk about politics like it fucking matters. They'll post their little opinions online, thinking they're making a difference while they're just another cog spinning in place. It's that most people don't want the truth. They want comfort. They want entertainment. They want their little dopamine hits, their Netflix, their booze, their goddamn TikTok trends. And the worst part? You start to wonder if they're the lucky ones. Because once you see past the illusion, once you really see what this world is, you don't get to go back. There's no reset button, no blue pill. Just the raw, unfiltered, brutal reality that everything you were taught was a fucking joke. That's why people like me drink. That's why we get high. Because being awake in this nightmare is enough to drive anyone insane. But I refuse to let this world break me. I refuse to stay quiet while the blind lead the blind into the goddamn slaughterhouse. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm making these videos because I need you to see what I see. Because someone out there needs to hear this. Maybe that someone is you. Maybe you're the one who was always a little too aware, a little too uncomfortable, a little too unwilling to just play the game like everyone else. If that's you, then you're exactly who I'm talking to. But if you're sick of the game, if you're done with the lies, then sit the fuck down, because today we start with truth. I'm talking about real, unfiltered, gut-punching truth. The kind that breaks illusions. The kind that costs people their sanity. The kind that gets people killed. This isn't for the weak. This isn't for the comfortable. This is for the ones who feel like they don't belong because deep down, they know they were never meant to fit into a system built on lies. Welcome to the fucking show. Let's get started. Most people don't actually seek truth. They seek confirmation of what they already believe. They want reality to be digestible, familiar, safe. So when they're fed the pre-approved surface-level bullshit, they eat it up. But real truth? It forces you to question your beliefs, your identity, your entire existence. And that's exactly why most people will run from it like their life depends on it. Because if they really looked behind the curtain, they'd have to rebuild their entire understanding of the world from scratch. Truth doesn't need to be hidden. It just needs to be drowned in so much bullshit that by the time you think you've found it, you're too exhausted, confused, or distracted to care. That's how you control perception. You don't erase reality, you warp it, dilute it, and bury it under layers of carefully engineered nonsense until nobody knows which way is up. First, you muddy the waters. Take something simple and load it with jargon, contradictions, and half-truths so thick that even people who think they're doing their own research end up tangled in the same web of deception. Then you feed the masses a steady diet of cheap dopamine and fear. Keep them bouncing between outrage and entertainment so they never stop long enough to think critically. Keep them scrolling, keep them reacting, keep them dumb. Then there's the nuclear option. Flood the world with so many conflicting versions of truth that nobody knows what the fuck to believe anymore. Let 1,000 conspiracy theories bloom. Let every idiot with a microphone push their own narrative, and let the real truth sit in plain sight, buried under so many fake ones that it becomes indistinguishable. That's how you break reality. Not by keeping the truth locked away, but by making sure people are too mentally exhausted, distracted, and programmed to ever grasp it. Because at the end of the day, a lie repeated 1,000 times becomes reality, and the truth, no matter how obvious, becomes the ranting of a lunatic. The truth? You've been lied to about everything. The way the world works, the nature of existence, even who the fuck you are. It's all been distorted, repackaged, and sold back to you as reality. Reality isn't what you see. It's what you're allowed to see. Your perception is filtered, controlled, and carefully shaped so you never step outside the boundaries of the mental prison you were born into. You're conditioned to trust authority, to accept the narratives fed to you, and to mock anyone who dares to pull back the curtain. But reality isn't fixed, it's manipulated. And unless you wake up and start dismantling the bullshit you've been conditioned to believe, you'll live and die inside a carefully managed illusion, never realizing you were nothing more than a pawn in someone else's game. The other side of this illusion, that's the part they don't want you to figure out, because if you did, the whole damn system would collapse overnight. You are not some weak, insignificant pawn drifting through life at the mercy of external forces. You are a walking, breathing powerhouse of creation, a consciousness so vast that it had to be tricked into believing it was small just to keep you under control. The same system that blinds you to the illusion also blinds you to your own power. You're not just connected to the universe, you are the universe, experiencing itself through the lens of your awareness. Every thought, every emotion, every intention, it all shapes reality. Manifestation isn't some mystical fantasy, it's how existence actually works. You don't just exist in the world exists through you. Everything is energy, and energy responds to focus, intention, and awareness. Your intuition isn't some vague gut feeling, it's your direct connection to the deeper intelligence of reality itself. But society trains you to ignore it, drown it out with distractions, and surrender your creative power to authority figures who profit from your ignorance. They need you disconnected, because a fully awakened human is untouchable. So what happens when you break free? You stop reacting and start creating. You stop accepting the script handed to you and start writing your own. You begin to see that limitations are illusions, fear is a weapon, and the only thing keeping you powerless is the belief that you are. And once you reclaim your ability to shape reality, the game changes. You stop playing by their rules and start bending reality to match your will, because that's what you were meant to do all along. If everything you've been taught is a well-crafted fairy tale, then what the hell is this place really made of? Next time, we're digging into the raw, unfiltered mechanics of existence, the cosmic scaffolding that holds this whole mindfuck together. Is time real, or is it just a cheap parlor trick to keep you showing up to work on Monday? Is space as empty as your bank account, or is it packed with more unseen energy than you've ever been told? No matter, oh, you're going to love this one. Because that solid world you knock on every day? Turns out it's about as real as a politician's promise. So get ready, because next time we're tearing apart the fabric of reality, flipping it inside out, and showing you just how deep this rabbit hole really goes.